Do 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 do. Hello, Charlie Brown. How you doing? All right, let's see if this thing is going live out the side. Ooh, let us see. Let's see if I am live at the side. Yes, I am. And good evening, everybody. Happy, to hell is today? Wednesday night? How you doing, Michaela? What's going on? Happy Wednesday night to you. Hello, Mew. A little late. I just got out of the shop about 40 minutes ago. Hello, Dawn. Jennifer Roth, nice to see you. I don't think I've seen you in a new year, but Happy New Year to you, sweetie. Oh, thank you, Let It Go. That's awful kind. That's kind of you. For an old sea dog, I'll take it. Hello, McDave. Hello, Vintage Gal. Hello, Priscilla. Good evening to you. I just came out of the shop about a half hour ago. I'm putting together, I've had a lot of requests to do a new vintage audio piece, and we're underway on a new project that I hope to get uploaded tomorrow, National Pin Day. Hello, Nocturnal. Maybe I should put this in, huh? Let's see. I'll put that in. There we go. I like that. What is National Pin Day? Hey, I was falling asleep waiting for you. Hello, Angus. Hello, Off the Wrench TV. Linda Flanagan, Vintage Gal, good to see you. C. Robbins, how are you tonight? Finally opening up on my first quadraphonic unit, which was really like a 4-track stereo system that they tried to bring out in the 70s. It never quite caught on, but the units are very desirable. What's up, Jay Berlin? How are you? Hey, yeah, I'll take that girl. Dude. How many people told me lately that girl look? Well, thank you, Lucky Bean. Zoe, how you doing, honey? Good to see you. Sandy, we on Chris's channel? No, I was on his channel tonight. That was me. I did stop in his channel at the early part. Hey, Tracy, thank you, sweetie. Little busy in the shop. Little busy in the shop this evening. YouTube management says, y'all know why I'm here, to keep me inside of the guardrails. It's like those rails that they put up on bowling alleys, and I've got YouTube management to make sure my balls stay inside of the bowling lane there. Hey, big dog, how are you? I guess it's late for you guys. Hey, Grateful Days. That was Note Road. That was, yeah, I was really in there tonight. They were kind of testing me. How many fruit trees do you have? And all that. Another stupid day. They make up, I don't know, lots of pin sales today. I don't know what the hell that is. A pin, National Pin Day? Hello, Sapphire Blue. Hello, Repeats in Us. Good to see you. Melissa, good evening. No, I went later than I thought I would go in the shop tonight out there. Like I said, I just opened up on a Pioneer, a 1974 quadraphonic unit, and I'm going to put the video up tomorrow. It's been a while since I've been able to do that. I finally cleared up. Yeah, keep your balls on the lane. Hello, Dawn Marie. I got blocked again and de-wrenched again. I try so hard to be there for him and Lisa. We spoke. Well, I hope that, it looks like they're having a good time out there. Hello, Kaylee. Any fruit at the rancho you can bake with right now? I am finishing up day 3 of my low to zero carbs diet at the current time, which means I'm not going to be doing any baking for the next 27 days at least. It's a high exercise time with almost zero carb intakes. Am I eating well? Yes, I had a glass of orange juice. I know that's not keto, but I'm not going on strictly keto. Hey, Maggie. Vegas was great. Thank you. So, oh well, thank you, Sapphire Blue. I appreciate that. Um, I'm trying to restrict strict carbs. I'm not going to the zero, right to the zero line. Like I have these oranges, these Valencias are now um, reaching peak ripeness in the garden. I'm not going to waste them because it's not keto to have orange juice. So I squeeze a few of them in the morning and that keeps me going. And I really didn't have anything. I had a salad tonight. I went up to the store. I finally got some salad. I had like 2.5 pieces of bacon. I cooked that, microwave that, put that in the salad along with 2 eggs and some raisins, and kind of made myself a nice salad there. Nice cozy place. Thank you. Hey, Star Walker. Hello, Dreamcatcher. NorCal, dude. I haven't seen you in a long time. Where you been to? So, um, the fishermen, they blamed you for blocking me. You do well. It's something that I've wanted to do. Hello, Joey D. And that's the track I'm on right now. Now, as we hit the 5 minute mark, you will see Streamlabs stall here. I think I'm the last person that uses Streamlabs in the community. And for some reason, it just stops. Just refresh your browser and it should be okay. That's a beautiful background. Warm and peaceful. Thank you. The oranges are great. Hey, Detailer. So that is my plan today, and if you're coming in, thumbs up are most appreciated. Thank you. But for some reason, at the 5 minute mark, Streamlabs always goes through this crappy course, kind of just um, buffers or whatever at the 5 minute mark. So, hello, Derveed, how are you? I do enjoy the background. I don't have it to kick out heat. You guys won't believe that it was 70 degrees here, and it almost felt like bikiniing up and getting some of the sunshine today. It was beautiful. Hungry, I could go for a fresh one. Didn't think you would show up tonight. I need a little warm cup of rosy before bed. How you doing, Missy? Yeah, you're gonna get the buffering. Just refresh your connection. I don't know what Streamlabs does at the 5 minute mark. But the good news is, remember last year, Missy, when Streamlabs would just cut out all of a sudden and just end the stream? At least it doesn't do that crazy stuff anymore. Hello, Bronson. Hello, Tasali Kellogg and Mike Jordan. Gigi, how are you tonight? Is this stall out? This is the stall act. I don't know why Streamlabs does that. I was watching the old Rosie videos when we met the wig shop lady. Do you still see her? No, her name was Linda, and she sold that shop, and the woman ended up being a crackhead. They ended up closing it down. She was doing more business out the back door than than wigs and all that. Yeah, the place is cozy here, so we'll let things build up again. Yeah, if you're buffering, just leave and come back in, and it will be fine. I have no idea why that does that, but it's such a predictable event. Hey, how you doing, Scottish? Nice to see you. Yeah, just do that and refresh your connection. We got some stuff. It was an interesting day on the BOYT for sure today, and my phone has been blowing up all day, and I don't want to be. I'm not one of those people that just comes on to um, stir drama and just do a stream. I like to just do fun streams and come on just to have fun, and if people enjoy it, they enjoy it. Um, but there's a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of people have asked me to go. A lot of people have sent me questions and things like, What are you going to do about this or that?" So I thought that I would address that tonight. If you are buffering, just close out the browser and reopen it, and you should be good to go. So I don't know. Just Streamlabs just does this crazy thing at about the 5 to 7 minute mark. So we'll wait a second. If the connection's good now, just give me a one on the side chat. If the connection is good, just hit me with a one on the side chat there, and we'll know that everything is working. Oh, thank you, Trish. How you doing, baby doll? Did I watch RSN tonight? Yes, I did. Um, I could say a lot about the stream, but I'm just gonna. Hey, Vintage Gal, how are you? So it looks like we are good to go. As I said to you guys, I was in the shop this evening. I wanted to get some new content put up. And Missy, thanks again for your breakout video on in Vegas. I still haven't gotten to. I'm now three videos behind. Keep sipping says hanging in there good. Well, say hi to Brandon. I hope the kids are doing well. Olive branch in one hand and a list of repair requests in the other. How good we've missed your friend. Takes the high road. And I'm going to take the high road tonight. But don't jump to conclusions in here, okay? I'm on a very good path on YouTube, meaning that I'm very happy with the people that come to my chat. As you guys know, I've made a significant number of apologies myself throughout this, especially the last 3 months or so. And I've managed to bring some people back that were estranged from the channel for a while, and I'm appreciative of that. You know, I care about being a decent community member. I care about getting along with people. I enjoy promoting when people have channels and things, and if I think that they're putting out, content, I'm happy to do that. I don't invest in disliking anybody. You know, I don't care if you're batted around like a tennis ball because maybe partly because of your own doing and partly because of others, like maybe, for example, Mark Terry. I just take it fresh with you, and hey, man, if we get along good, which we always have, I don't go down the path of investing in how you doing, Main Girl. I don't go down the path of investing in. I don't want to call it hate. That's too strong a word. Hate drives people to action, but let's just say dislike. And I think that that's a very important thing. Hello, not good for business. I was in chat with 20,000 viewers and there wasn't one troll. Wow. Oh, well, thank you, McDave. I appreciate that. Hello, Teresa. Nice to see you tonight. I'm sorry, guys, for being on late. Hello, MX Big. Always love you, Rose. I'm not a Molasses Murphy man, but her cover Traveling Soldier was impressive. You know, we can try to tell people what to do, or not tell people what to do, but just say, wow, you know, you got a great talent. But then, you know, when you talk about playing guitar covers and all that, and there's some truth to what Molasses Cookie says in regards to doing covers. And I guess initially she thought you couldn't be monetized. Well, you have what's called split monetization. You get half, and the originating artist gets half. But if somebody tells you I'm burned out on doing that content and it's not something that I really enjoy doing, well, that's their choice on YouTube. We may like it and we may enjoy it, but we're not the ones. How you doing, Steve's Collecting? We're not the ones that are cranking that out. I have to tell you again, this isn't her channel. So yeah, I don't know. Anton does really enjoys Terra. Missy, I'm too old for butt. Yeah, too old for butt kicking. So you know, people have to define why they're here. You know, and if you want to grow a channel and want to get monetized, that's cool. Um, but just I'm always hesitant to tell people what to do with their channels and things, because thank you, Liz. Because Molasses Cookies does have a lot of talent. It's natural for me and you guys to gravitate. Hey, do that. That's cool. That's great stuff. We love watching that stuff, and she has a very deep degree of talent and a tremendous library of songs and things. But it's not my place to. I can give an opinion, But until somebody actually asks me asks me, well, what do you think? Then it's a different story. Any radios for sale? Not at the current time. Hello, Juju Bees. But I'm working on, just started opening the Pioneer QX969, which is a quadraphonic unit. But the channel donation option is still unavailable. I have a lot of people. I don't know what more to do. I have people telling me that I've been demonetized on YouTube, and all I can say is that it's a pretty good coincidence. I come out of Las Vegas with 2,500 to the good in my pocket, and I'm not going to come on YouTube and have the donation button whirling. I'm not going to come on and have a PayPal or super sticker button on here. At least for the month of January. That's not to say I don't have bills, my health insurance, but it's distasteful to me to come on, McDavid. I mean, I appreciate your kindness and everybody's kindness here, but let's just I just want to give that a rest for a while, because I feel like it's going to the well when it doesn't need to be on here. I mean, I work hard, as you guys know, part time, and I make a bit of coin doing that, and the YouTube is fun. So see, wait in line. What's up, Jojo? How you doing? So sorry about your father. Well, thank you, Snoop. Good to see you again. No, it's not being annoying to me. It's not being annoying at all, McDave. You've been very generous. And I will take care of the homeless people again in your name, because although I've dicked up two of the bets that you've given me to make, I did my very best to, to wish that. But Mr. Z says, Rosie, you should never bet when the sun goes down, and then we're just coming. I'm just gonna make that bet. Hey, Rochelle. So I don't. I consider that it's been a great month of January, so let's let that roll off. Let's keep bringing content. Let's let the content catch up with that beautiful royal flush to the spades there. That was just a thing of utter beauty. The 2 4 aces that I got, the 4 3s, the 7s, the 5s, the queens. It was that those machines were kicking out like nobody's business on that. Good to see you always giving and spreading respect. Well, I think it's important. I think a lot of you would feel this. A lot of you would feel the same darn way about things. Um, yeah, I don't want to. God, I hate to say this. I hate to say this because I can't stand it. But somebody texted me today. Thank you for leading by example down here, and that's not. It's it's just what I do. I'm not telling other people what to do. But if you get a windfall, most of you on here would feel exactly the way that I feel. There's a time and place to support channels if you enjoy the content, and I do try to bring a lot of content. But now is not the time to do so. Things are pretty good. Even though we have a second impeachment of the same president, COVID is ravaging the world, right? We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Yes, it's New Year's. Let's start flush. Wasn't that royal flush, Purdy? Do you go into your Discord? I'm not sure if I go in there. It's worth signing up. Yeah, I try to pop in a few times a day to Discord. Are you burnt out of Las Vegas yet? Um, I find like once every 6 weeks or so is a good thing. I wanted to go down because it was the touchstone of my happy place recently. The month of December was just absolutely terrible. Christmas was, and I shouldn't say this because people were so kind to me and stuff, but Christmas was terrible for me. I don't know how RSN donated that. Morons coming back. So I don't know. I don't know where that came from. I guess Streamlabs is not turned. God, I don't know. I don't know where he's hiding on here. Yeah, I got a lot to be thankful for. Thank you, BB. I appreciate that because it's been a long afternoon in the shop. But it was a very trying month of December, and after a week or so, with wanted to have a quiet New Year's with the boss at Janet, and I just wanted to go to my happy place. Thank you. He must have had the link saved. I don't know. Thank you, CJ. Yeah, I don't know. Somehow you evaded the radar system here. I had kind of everything turned off on it. He broke through the matrix. I don't know how he did it. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But he managed to get through the advanced AWACS airborne warning system and ground radar and to get in here just when you need more cash. Off to Vegas again. Sad, one bad thing on my pile a year ago. Well, thank you, Rudy. I appreciate I appreciate that. Don't send anybody the link. Don't. Oh yeah, it's. I turned off the. I guess I didn't think about that. I turned off the. I removed it from Nightbot. I thought it would be gone, but I don't know. What the hell? I don't know. Get out of here, CJ. He left in the description. Well, it's not a perfect world. Just ignore it. Like they said to the Wizard of Oz when they're there in the palace, right? Ignore that man behind the curtain, right? Just ignore that kind of stuff. I think Vegas is letting you in for showcasing it. That's okay, RSN. It's all good. It's all good. Let's get to tonight's main event. I did not know this morning because I don't have Facebook, and I don't. I'm certainly not a follower of Elvis Travels and things. And the only the only real heads up, one of my moderators sent me something this morning about the potential of coming back, and then I saw CJ's this morning, Real Stream News' thing, and just listening to that kind of play out, but lost in the sauce was evidently an apology to me, and a hope that things could move on, and friendship could develop. Now, I would be less than honest with you guys if I didn't say everything has ulterior motives, especially when it comes to YouTube as a place to make money, as a place to leverage your talents and get across a large group of people, which is great in one way and it's dangerous in another because it's full of tripwires, and you can literally blow yourself up on YouTube if you don't think about things, and if you don't think about the optics of things. Like, here comes Rosie coming out of Las Vegas with a royal flush, a $2,000 royal flushes, and four aces at the wazoo, and fours of a kind coming out. I mean, you can create a really lousy optic, right? And you have to think about this stuff. You have to think about these things in your head. And naturally, many of us think about money and YouTube, but I fear a lot of people stumble on the way to that because they put the cart of money before the horse of content creation, and I think that that's a distinct error, and it's very transparent to people. Uh, ragging on people to support or to do things like that. I mean, what the hell? This is 2021. People know exactly what to do on here. They don't need to be coached in that regard. So I always have that thought and motive in the back of my mind. What's real? As Missy Jen used to say, what's really going on here? What's the real story? Well, I don't really know what the real story is. But I would tell you this, and I'll start off with this. I would be less then um, number one, I don't like the position that I seem to occupy sometimes, okay, in people's minds. I'm no I'm no different in Real Stream News, CJ. I'm no different in Holly Undead, Missy, aka all of the people on YouTube, the Dave, the Lucky Beans, the Christians, Adventures, and all of you people. Okay, we're none of us are any better than anybody else. Okay, but I will tell you this. When I think about things on an individual basis and I think about things like apologizing, I think about how much better I feel after my apology tour in the fall of 2020 and getting people like Nicolesqua back in my channel and other people because they mean something to me. And sometimes one of the greatest things you can do that not only makes somebody else feel better, but makes yourself feel better is number one, to apologize, and number two, to accept an apology. And don't let your mind go racing ahead here and come to some conclusions that aren't there. Okay? So, when somebody brought it to my attention and clipped that there was actually an apology within that Facebook upload that was done today, well, to me, that's not a negative thing. I can think about I can think about motivations and other things, but if I think too deep, if I go too deep and overthink the situation, I get myself in trouble. Sometimes it's good to take things on the surface and say, hey, it's out there, accept it or not accept it. You know, just to go back in time, um, we had a good, Elvis Travels and I had a good relationship for quite a few years. It did not mean that I co-signed everything that he did. There was times measured in months and a year where I wasn't even around because I didn't like the shape that things were going. And then it came to our Great Lakes tour of 2000, and I guess that was 2019, maybe 2000, 2018, yeah, 2018, and it was a good time. Went to Canada. We both saw Norm Ave. We went to Buffalo. We then went down to Mexico and had all kinds of good fun and crazy good times. And then the van build happened, and then the wheels kind of fell off the cart at that point. Okay? Now, I have to bear some responsibility here, all right? And I'm going to shoulder that responsibility. As I've said, and this ties into my apologies that were given in the fall of 2019, I have made one big colossal mistake on YouTube over the years, and that is to assume that everybody that comes into the BOYT or everybody that comes onto YouTube has a thick skin. Okay, let me repeat that. My big mistake was assuming that that people could take the hits, so to speak. Big mistake on my part, borne out by my relationship with Nicolesqua on here. A failure to understand that things that seem la-di-da-di-da, like a walk in the park, they don't hit people the same way. They're not taken the same way by people in there. That was my, hello Sean, that was my huge, huge mistake that's gone for years on here. Well, I've tried to rectify that mistake. Number one, by apologizing, and number two, trying to do better. Number three, invest in people more on YouTube, beyond just, if I have a relationship with somebody apart from YouTube, to take it a bit more seriously. Okay, That was a big, big mistake on my part to think that everything just rolls off people and it doesn't work that way. There's varying degrees of sensitivity and, you know, it almost is like one person has a higher level of input into friendship and the other person assumes nothing's ever going to rattle that connection. Well, it doesn't happen that way. Those connections can get broken. And I had a lot of cause to reflect on that in the fall. I sat back and put a lot of time, especially in November and December, and I thought, how do I want the rest of my life to be? How do I want the rest of my YouTube presence to be? I better try to fix myself a little bit, okay, and try to understand. So I go back in time. This is going to tie back to the van build when Streamlabs was functioning on the mobile a little better, and I had the text to speech going. And I'm going to, honest to God, tell you guys, we'd have, I don't know who the guy was, Bob Sacamano or whatever, $2 and hurls something out. Honest to God, this stuff went in one ear of mine and out the other. Number one, I'm busy as hell measuring building because I'm almost single-handedly doing this build. Okay? Trying to think how we can do this build economically and yet still have something that'll still be decent. Okay? This stuff, honest to God, had no sticking to me at all in my head. And I never imagined in a million years that somebody who had basically grown a channel on the back of trolls would be the slightest bit concerned about what somebody is putting out on text to speeches and the messages that are put out. Not too many. I mean, we don't want to overstate this thing. We don't want to create a hook for drama where one doesn't exist, but on thinking about it, yeah, okay. Because the deal was you do the van build and you do the content. Well, I did the content, the live streams and things like that. And thank you. I think I did a first class job on that build. That was a mistake on my part. And, I should apologize to that because that wouldn't really happen today to have that level. But you have to understand that this is a character that people have had years of investment in what was basically a negative channel that was built for attention and drama, and would have one hook in the water that once in a while a big fish, maybe a Norm F, would come along and bite the hook. Okay, you got your big catch. You can feast on that for 3 months, that donation. My mind doesn't work like that. Okay? But what I'm saying is, having made the connection that this guy's whole 24/7 is built on, um, trolling and stuff like that. But what the hell is this? This is just like another day at the office, And I'm not thinking about, that. Okay, that's not gone through my mind. So now let's fast forward. February comes and he leaves, and I'm thinking that we're still on a pretty good footing. As he said, I guess it started to be an irritant in January or so, but it was never expressed to me, and I'm not psychic, okay? But then upon leaving, we noted things went very negative. I just kind of washed my hands, didn't think anything about it. And I'm being torn to shreds all through the spring and summer and through the fall of 2020. On live streams, and we'd had some epic confrontation on when we were both temporarily on panel at the same time. None of that stuff leaves a good taste in your mouth. I can tell you, none of that stuff leaves a good taste in your mouth. Now we come up to present time. We're not going to revisit the events of, the the wholesale assault, what I call the Pearl Harbor attack on my channel that occurred on August 22nd, as it occurred on other people's channels. Dave the Fisherman, Sig, I think Norbecker was able to pull his nuts out of the fire before the raging inferno brought him in. But that whole stupid copyright fiasco that occurred in late July and early August of mid August of 2019, 2020, and that was a really that was a watershed moment. I had had concerted attacks before on the channel, and as a result of that, a year and a half, I just stripped everything out of the channel. I just removed some 4,000 videos from the channel. I just said it's not worth it anymore, this kind of thing. But I wasn't expecting that. I didn't see that coming. And it left a really, really bad taste in my mouth that it was my own live stream that was being used and being weaponized against me. And that was really a difficult thing to understand. And I didn't really, had shockwaves hit me. And I thought that I should take action, and I did. But please don't assume anybody. Please don't ever assume that that is something that I would do on YouTube, because I understand people get chances, people come back, people make new channels, but you have to understand that this thing was a Pearl Harbor attack. It came out of the blue against me. And I felt, because you drew first blood, I have the right to retaliate. And retaliate I did, as many other creators did. And then, feeling like I'm going to get another hit in when the return engagement comes, I'm going to close that road show. Well, it's time later. And I guess my feeling now is that I do accept your apology, with a big caveat that actions speak louder than words on YouTube. Okay? Guys closing in on 40 years old. Okay? Usually for a lot of people that's a watershed event, and it's how do you want things to go? Do you want to be having people choke on the porcupine of your words every day and your actions? Or do you want to take somewhat of a higher road? I don't care, because for me, I don't see friendship in the future. Okay, I think that there was just too much damage done to the friendship. What the future holds, I don't know. But I neither seek it out nor expect it, or have an expectation for that. Because I'm in a good place. Hey, Chiming, how are you? I'm in a good place right now. I don't need it. I don't need to be involved in that. Okay, so that was an extraordinary effort that required an extraordinary response to an extraordinary action at that particular time. But as far as accepting an apology, I do accept the apology. And I've also given you an apology for not understanding, as a friend who doesn't co-sign a lot of the crap that was done on, and a lot of the berating, a lot of the savage, the dirty mouth, things like that. In no way, shape, or form do I want to be associated with that type of language and topic that can just be spewed out like cotton candy into a chat with no thought about it. I don't find anything humorous about it. I don't find anything engaging, except from those people that enjoy maybe the shit show and enjoy watching the degradation and bashing of others on there. It's not something that I want to be a party to, and I don't really expect that that's going to change. Because usually, if you leave with one fishing rod, you come back with the same one, back to the pond again. Okay, so I'm just saying that it's a two-way street, and I'm manning up and also taking responsibility for, not understanding how affected you were. But in my defense, it was a crime of omission and not commission. It was not something that I did on purpose. It was a failure to understand um, the processes because of thinking that this stuff is like a daily. This is on the daily, day in and day out. This is life in the ET zone. What's the big deal about today? We got a van to build. We got a floor to put down, and all that. So it's a two-way street. So I wanted to also put my apology out there. I don't really think there should be bad blood to the extent on YouTube that you wish bodily harm or worse on somebody on YouTube. Never in my life would I wish that on anybody. That's about as bad as it gets. But I am going to tell you, as far as I'm concerned, that's where my train stops right there. I've accepted the apology. I've given the apology that I felt was warranted from what on my part. Remember, I'm in there pitching hands and knees, infected fingers, and cleaning out nasty carpets with joy juice and just zones of infection. I wonder if maybe COVID-19 started there. I don't know. Okay. I mean, it was a bloody mess. And I'm not young. I want to get on with my life. Okay. I got stuff to do. I want to get on the road and have some fun too. So I'm not processing a lot of this crap. A lot of this crap that I'm hearing and stuff. And it wasn't even that much, truth be told. But it did affect him. And for that, again, I apologize. But this is where my train stops now. Okay? Because I like the place that I am. And where my train stops, I can't say that other people's trains don't swing into motion. Because it's not just Rosie O'Kelly, because I'm not that important a person. I'm no more important than Nocturnal, Brad chiming in Scottish, Lucky Beans, J Love Real Life, and on, Lars Hope. Truth be told, we're all equivalent on the platform of YouTube. Whether we have, a couple 100,000 subscribers like Days with Jordan the Lion or Jay Hayes, or whether we don't have any content at all and we're just watchers of YouTube. I can't control where my train stops, where other people's may leave the station. And I don't want to ever be tagged because, for me, I don't strike people. And you did something very extraordinary to me by trying to destroy my channel, okay, by trying to destroy the work and the memories that I have, not just with you, but with the boss and Janet and Bobby and projects and trips and all that. You were willing to see that all wiped out because of a few troll comments and things like that. That was hideous to me. That was so far out of scale. But like I said, this is going to close the door on that now. Do not be fooled, though, about what I call the entrenched forces within the community. Because I'm not one that's going to go out there and bust my balls to try to bring somebody down. You hit me, I hit you back. But please do not underestimate the rest of the community out there, because where I've stopped, I can't guarantee you that other people don't pick up the ball and all that. But I can guarantee you this, it won't be me. All right. My thing is, if you don't talk about me in a negative way, you're not going to have any issue no matter what the hell you do. Okay. But when you start coming on and you're degrading women and you're spewing filth and other things, you're going to create that backlash from your own mouth, not from mine. And I don't think that it's me because I'm not going to be watching, okay? People might tell me, but I'm not going to get in there and watch and do that because I'm in a much healthier place now with good quality people, great streams, great moderation, good people in my chat. And I don't want to go backwards again. I don't want to be um, having to think, oh, how am I going to tell people that this guy's coming to the rancho and I'm going to be rebuilding his van? And all I can envision is the the village people with torches and pitchforks coming up to the rancho gate. I don't want to. I'm not going down that road again. Okay, I'm not ever going to go down that road again of having to think, how can I explain this or how can I make this? How can I beg people to give me a chance to see how this works out? I don't ever want to do that again. Okay. Uh, it's too mentally draining for me. But I will tell you that not only people in the community that have their own opinions about things, but also you better understand in 2021 that the political landscape is changing. The CEO and founder of Twitter came out today and said today that social media has been way too lax with things that have been allowed to go on and become cesspools of hate and other things. I'm not going to tear into that. Jack Dorsey, I think is his name, the CEO. But you better understand that YouTube is much more hair trigger now than they used to be. Okay. And I think the tolerance is going to go down, or the lack of tolerance is going to rise dramatically over the rest of 2021. Uh, let's see, Brad, because I don't even know you, Brad Kozlowski. It's called growth and experience. You know, it's old bags gain wisdom. We do gain wisdom and understanding, and also we gain an understanding of how we've not only positively impacted people, but negatively impacted people through the platform. Not that I ever wanted to purposely hurt anyone, but just focusing on myself and my fun on YouTube and just doing my own thing. Um, it does have consequences, and people do get hurt, and you know, rants and berating people and, you know, uh, dissing on people because of the looks and things like that, or and just the filth. It'll just gonna say it'll be a very short stint, and it won't be me. It's a party to that, and make it clear because I'm not gonna be watching. I'm not gonna be watching. Now, as far as Joni Portwood is concerned, I've never said one negative thing to Joni Portwood. She may have issues with my moderators, but that's between Joni Portwood and my moderators, okay? I cannot control that. I cannot feather bed a chat for one individual person when the overwhelming majority of people get along good in the chat here. But just remember this, Joni. I've never spoken one negative word ever about you. Okay? That's not my nature to do so. But I'm saying you do what your heart tells you to do. You meet who you want to meet. You do your own thing. But just remember, I'm not a part of it. Okay? I'm not a prop in the discussions. Okay? It's very simple. You've exercised it. You don't come into the chat, and that's your choice to exercise, and that's a mature choice to make. And I give you a pat on the back for that. But just understand, and you have been doing your own thing, and that's good. And I'm just saying, but please understand, I'm doing my own thing too, and I'm happy where things are. Uh, yeah, I don't really want to Snoop Dogg. I hear that. I don't want to diss on Dave. I just wanted to peacefully just remove myself from that because it's all it is trying to walk a tightrope of, and I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. I just sometimes you just have to remove yourself from a situation. You just wish people the best on YouTube, and that's the way I am. Becca and Stickers get married. Of course, I'm going to wish them the best. Okay, I mean that's what normal people do. They go in and wish people the best and all that. So I'm not. I'd wish Dave the best or anybody that did. I want to remove myself and just be an observer and that's it. I don't want to be involved. You accept me, but I stay out of. Well, good for you. Good for you. Hey, Jackie, how are you doing? So, it's another situation that it is what it is. I mean, I cannot win in that type of situation because I have too many great friends that are on the other side of the equation there, and I just can't throw everything away. There has to be balance in life and all that. See, I'm like Teflon when it comes to disrespect. Keep doing. Oh, well, thank you, Samantha B. I appreciate that. Hey, Sky Laura, how are you? I get what you're saying. It's all just saying what had been said. I understand that. And thank you, Snoop. Been a tremendous friend of mine and a big help to me. Doesn't often appear, but when he does, I appreciate it. He's been, a good friend for many years here on the channel. I don't want anybody. I don't want anybody to be hurt. I don't want anybody to be pissed off. But there just reaches a point where you look at the way that the temperature's starting to rise in a situation and you're like, my God, when this thing blows, it's going to take us all out. And, when there's just um, harsh things being put out on in the community, I just, nobody would want to be tied. I didn't sign up for that. Okay. I didn't sign up for that. Yeah, it's not a balance. It's not balance. That's exactly. Well, thank you, Charles. Well, thank you, Skylar. I'm just saying, yeah, life is too short for fighting, and sometimes on the BOYT, it gets really like the temperature just goes from 98.6 to 102, and all of a sudden you're at 400 degrees centigrade or something. You're like, God darn, this thing can get really bad. This stuff is really, really toxic. And it's just like, I just can't. Cops. It's just not something that I'm comfortable being. There's no shade on anybody, but there just comes a point where you know that you're going to go up in a fireball, and I don't want to be that person. So I just pull away from all of that. What's up, John? What do you mean arms out? I don't know. Thank you, Jeffrey. I'm watching Lurk straightforward. We're back. Yeah, appreciate that. Well, thank you, Kim. Here has been a refuge through the world storm. Oh, well, thank you chiming in. Probably because I'm trying to get rid of the lunch lady arms. So there's no shade on my part there, but um, man, I'm just shocked sometimes how um, toxic environments are born on the BOYT, and they can just go real bad real fast. I don't think any person would, if they're not directly involved in it, um, why would you want to be in that? It's just like it only has the potential to hurt you, you know, and it's not what defines you on YouTube. Arms for hugs. Yeah, there we go, Rhonda. Uh, I don't know, J Love. It's not wisdom. I'm just relaying my own experience in light of the events and the recent events on Boyd. And I know the community has grown a lot. And I would just caution people, just when you're seeing situations that are just, there's never positivity to them. Everything that is put out with a negative cast on it. Streams are continuously negative, and then the streams get worse and worse, and the knife throwing and the tossing of hand grenades and sticks of dynamite. It's You really have to ask yourself if that's really what you signed on for when you came to YouTube. Yeah, now we have a situation where this pandemic has put people so on edge, and I've seen it. I've been on the streets in LA, I've been on the streets in Vegas, Santa Rosa. I've been across a hell of a lot of population, and I can tell you, people's mood, they've had it up to here. They've had it up to here with government. They've had it up to here with business. They've had it up to here, a lot of them with family, and a lot of them have had it up to here on YouTube. And it makes it very ripe for people to come in and exploit that situation. Okay, and it's not a good thing. It's not a healthy thing. I would say if somebody can never do a positive stream, then you have to ask yourself, is this what you signed up for on YouTube? Or are you just feeding your own um, feeling of being pissed off right now and all that? I don't like tossing everyone in jail either. We need more mental health. I don't like, all right, it just mad. Every community can has been toxic, but we're all in control. We are Radar CP. We can choose not to watch and not to engage and just do your own thing, because it always, especially if you're a content creator, because it always keeps you in good stead. You're not going to be in a situation where you're making people angry. You're not in a situation where you declare yourself an emperor, a king, a princess, a queen, um, and those kind of things. Okay? This flatness, this equivalency of YouTube between creator and between viewers and subscribers and friends is something I've always loved. And I've never wanted things like money to come between it. And it's one of the reasons that I've always felt hesitant about, not that I mind people, and I always have to say this: do what you want to do on YouTube. You want to have memberships, you want to have Patreons, you want to have the PayPals, you want to have the merch, go for it, do it. But for me, I always felt for me that those things always kind of put kind of like they start to build a small wall between me as a content creator and you as my friends and subscribers. I hate the word fans. You always people down in the mosh pit. Woo! Let me touch your jeans and all that. It's just I can't stand that stuff. I can't stand that stuff. What's up, JK? And I got something. I'm going to text you later. I got something that Mr. X and his family have sent for you and your family. Use the teleprompter, then learns talks from the top of her head. Oh man! So I'll get in touch with you with that. But it's so it's I've seen it so much that I guess I want to say YouTube. You have to guard against YouTube going to your head, because the thing that'll bring you down to earth is there are always people with. Somebody was very nicely said today, are you going to celebrate when you get to 30,000 subscribers? I said, no, I'm not going to celebrate when I get to 30,000 subscribers, because in the scheme of things on YouTube, when you're rubbing elbows with people that have 250,000, 150, $60,000, that's real humbling. That keeps your feet right on the ground. And when you have people like last night when I was out on the stream, and Kay, Kathy Kay or whatever, her sister came out and stream sniped me on the stream. You love to have that approachability that people would never think that this is somebody that you can approach and talk to or something like that. I mean, if I ever lose that, that's the time that YouTube becomes less enjoyable with me. I don't know. I like that. I like that, what I call first level connection that I have. Um, but I know some people use it like a shtick, the emperor and the king and all that, and it's entertainment value. But when people have ideas that they're going to be the takeovers or whatever, I'm going to be the king of BOYT or the emperor and all this and that kind of stuff. Yeah, these things never really end well, in my opinion. And Mouseto says, I remember hitting 50 subs. Just chat in there, Sapphire Blue. If the Discord is open, I do try to pop in the day a couple times, at least once or twice a day. Thinking of it's just a 24-hour message board that's connected to the channel here. So it's going to take time till that becomes a regular place. Think of somebody starting a new live streaming channel. You don't come in with 100, 200 people chatting at once. It takes time to build people to understand that they have a place that they can meet friends outside of a live stream. And hey, there's KJ. My sis said you had very pretty eyes. Well, your sister was pretty herself, and I was really very excited when you came out and said hi and had the phone. And I mean, it's so great to meet people when you get stream sniped. I'm the landlord of the litter box. If you let some people in you control your feelings, like you're wasting your life away on them. Yeah, run your own show. Never give anybody else control over your power, over your happiness. I think that that's the important takeaway that I have on that. And I've thought a lot about this the last 3 months, not only because of death in the family and other things, but our life is very finite in its nature. And YouTube is what we make of it. And you guys literally, somebody was very correct the other night. I don't know who said it on the chat, but I can tell you this. They said the power really resides with the subscribers on YouTube, and it's true. You guys literally have the power to make or break people here on YouTube because your numbers are overwhelmingly large. You may be disorganized at times for a period of time, but when it comes to getting worked up at the point where you want to see somebody not succeed on YouTube or fail on YouTube, that's a very dangerous time for that creator. And woe to them that don't know that the ice is growing progressively thin as they go on. Because I think the worst thing you can do on YouTube is create enemies and have people that are really invested in negativism. You don't want to go down that road. And the creator has the power to really influence the way that people feel. Well, thank you, Pat. He says, I appreciate how you always acknowledge that. Even if you disagree, you're so respectful. Well, like I said, I understand the power that resides with you, not only in the side chat, but also throughout YouTube. That you're the ones that generate the numbers. You're the ones that generate the views. You literally have the power to make a creator's life happy or like a zone in hell. Think about that. Okay. But I always think it starts with the creator is always the one that's putting out the first signals, and then people act accordingly upon that. We're human beings. We don't want to feel like we're disrespected. We don't want to feel like it doesn't matter whether I show up in a chat or not. I'm invisible. And that's no good. That's no good at all. Hey Ward, how you doing? I think that's a critical thing that I see some big time creators that feel like they're being persecuted. But when you go back and you start to unravel the ball of yarn that brought them to that point, you start to go back in the chain of events and you see it all originates with, something that left a real bad taste in people's mouth. And maybe they didn't, we all make mistakes, but maybe it wasn't fully acknowledged or, apologized for and things like that. I've found incredibly that even though you guys enjoy a high degree of anonymity on YouTube and nobody's ever going to know who 99% of you are, I still find it very astounding that most people will still come into a chat under that cloak of anonymity and still be good people. But should I be surprised? It's the same message that I was talking about this morning, that we can come into a place like BOYT and we can get the idea as creators and some of the people on the side that everybody thinks the same that we do. And everybody loves, things on the BOYT or things on the drama community. When in point of fact, we're just tiny little one grain of sand on a beach of people, the overwhelming majority of whom seek out positive experiences, seek out travels and adventures, seek out people that don't have to degrade people, don't have to curse, don't have to make everything a negative appearance on YouTube. And those are really, hey Dawn, those are really the dots that I connected over the last year and decided to turn my attention more towards less panels and more creation and more one-on-one with you guys. And I think that I'm lucky. People come on, they thumbs up for the most part, and they enjoy the content. And, that's what makes me the happiest about YouTube is that there's so darn many kind-hearted people out there. In an era on social media where social media can move the needle so much that people will storm the Capitol building of the United States. Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, realizes that, my God, this is a dangerous thing too. These tools can rain destruction, not just delivering the pizza to somebody, not just swatting people or contacting people's kids, barber, priest, everybody under the sun, but real scary stuff. So, hey, lip gloss, how you doing? How are you today? So that I think is people are starting to get very, hey Goldie, people are starting to become aware of their own social media, is starting to be aware that they bear a responsibility for actions that people undertake. And I guess that's the biggest change I've seen in my life, not growing up with social media, is social media has really polarized people. It's turned people into into stone in their thought that they can't, they seek out media that reinforces their point of view. They're not forced to look at the other side anymore. Their inclination is not to seek out counter opinion. It's to become stuck in their thinking, and that's a really bad place. I've never seen this country so polarized as it is right now. Hey, panic buyer. Uh, yeah, sending really scary messages to others has consequences and things like that. So I've seen social media, even on YouTube, start out as a fun place, and you had people like Jeff T. Rowe, and uh, they had fun and would just video back and forth and bust each other's balls, but it was very self-contained. But now, you can see that YouTube is a much rougher place than it was in 2013. I can guarantee you that. And I imagine it's the same on Twitter. I imagine it's the same on, whatever hell else, other social media. Same thing. I will email you a news article about a troll to blame the wrong guy for killing it. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool, Snoop. Yeah, that'd be great. What's that, Rosie? Teenager kill themselves over for treating something as permanent, and they do. That's very sad. Yeah. So I just think I think you're going to see a lot of change in 2021. I think you're going to see incredibly, um, now that the Democrats, like it or not, it's the reality of things. We've carved these people in stone in their position, and you better believe, in my opinion, that the Democrats are going to take full measure of their power, and there's going to be a lot of constraints and restraints built. And I think the CEO of Twitter recognized that today when he knew um, literally that there was probably going to be hell to pay for that. On that, when Twitter first started, but I don't need extra social media. I mean, I say it because the internet rules the world. I'm older than we. Yeah, we didn't have it. We didn't have alternative news, but if alternative news means that people turn into extremists and have no ability to be moderate or to have civil discussions, and everything has to come to fisticuffs and mob rule, you know, maybe it's something requires a look. I don't know. It clashes with First Amendment, but so does life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and uh, people can't live in fear and all that. Trying to keep it light and fun. It's going to be it's going to be a tough year. That's a good heart sheet. That's a good one. That's a good one. So that's my thoughts on that. So um, I worry because, like I said, I've been kicking around a long time. I've seen a lot of politics. I remember Watergate like it was yesterday. Uh, Hubert Humphrey running against Richard Nixon, and Johnson's announcement he won't run for a second term. Jimmy Carter's addresses in the White House, Gerald Ford. I remember all that stuff. But I can never remember a time where people were so very polarized in this country, and it's certainly showing in election results are like razor thin these days, and it's just when things are razor thin, it gets scary. Yeah, I kind of sometimes do also, Snoop, that we just didn't. Um, I'm not sure social media has been a good thing for socialization and emotional health and mental health. I kind of question that. I don't know. I think it's something that sociologists are going to study 100 years from now and call this a watershed event that really, really caused at least a short-term spiral and stuff. Hey, Michelle, been watching for a few families. I also watch Adam the Woo, Jacob the Carpet, and now Coffee Talk. Okay, good. Good. Well, I don't don't know about a keen mind, maybe just an old mind, Bill. Um, because I'm cursed with a great memory. You know, when I can tell you, sit here and tell you, I remember watching John F. Kennedy's funeral in November of 1963. That tells you how old my memories go back. And I've seen a lot of politics over the years. I've seen a lot of bad shit, riots and assassinations and wars, um, hippies and conservatism, the rise of conservatism. Well, since we're so polarized now, I guess perhaps we have to be ready for a rise of radicalism. We don't know, you know. Out of the seeds of extreme conservatism are born extreme radicalism and things like that. And that's not a great thought to entertain. Not a great thought to entertain. Send text out saying, yeah. Writing a letter, yeah. Thank you card will die off too. Hey Kim. Well, kind of thank you cards are the least of our concerns. I mean, it's like language. You're going to see the English language evolve, and words like LOL are going to enter the language. And I guess it's the nature of things to become more efficient over time. So I'm sure English will be getting more compact, and our everyday usage will find its way into the dictionary. And how are you with just a U and you know. Missy AK, no, Chris is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They did without social media and all that kind of stuff. So I think that the chickens are finally coming home to roost on social media. Hey, twin. And I think it's going to have repercussions. Now you put the overlay of the ability of mobs to flash organize and plan events across, you know, the leverage of this is what I tell people, be careful on YouTube. When your channel grows, you have a lot of potential leverage. You as one person, you know, reaching out. By the time this video tomorrow night, this will probably have 2,000-3,000 views on it. That's the power that you have to influence people, but you have to exercise that. You have to exercise that cautiously, and that's a responsibility, because the internet gives you power to leverage yourself, as opposed to meeting 100 friends in a veterans hall, or communicating with 2,000 to 3,000 watchers on a video. That's colossal leverage, and you have to be damn careful with that kind of thing. In my opinion, snail man always, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, if you still send cards, that's great, you know. But remember, there was an era where people came to your home with a calling card. Okay. And some customs just fade away in time, and I don't think a lot of people cry about it, but we bemoan it, because we remember the times of penmanship and learning cursive writing, and I always marvel. I got these Christmas cards from you gals. It's such beautiful penmanship and things, things like that. And I think to myself, that may be the last time I ever see that. All right, good night, C. Robbins. I think to myself, that might be the last time I see that. Yeah, people are no longer living in the real world. But when we did have limited media, we could grumble and things like that, but we didn't seek out things that reinforced our opinion. We continued to subject ourselves to that media until such a time as we thought, that's probably BS or something like that. But we didn't radicalize. Now we're being radicalized by social media. The ability of anybody to call themselves a social commentator and come out and spin things with their spin take their own narrative and spin it with their own facts and things like that. That's a very dangerous, dangerous thing. That's why journalism is fast disappearing in this country, because it's really not appreciated anymore. Because unless it fits your belief, then it has no value to you. Counter opinions and points of view are just they're not seen, and that's it. So we get in this reinforcement within our own echo drum, and we just hear other people's talking the way we do, and it's not healthy. I don't think it's healthy. So, good night, everybody. So, on that note, I'm going to take leave of you guys too, and thank you for being here for a very nice chat tonight. I apologize. It is late at night. I am going to bid you guys a good night. I'm probably going to be up a little bit longer. But I want to thank you for your time tonight and hearing me out. And I hope what I talked about made sense tonight, just within the context. I don't want to ever tell anybody what to do on YouTube, and I never would. But I'm just saying, just to understand, when you come on this platform, you're like a, you're like a, I don't know how to put it. You like come in as a fresh slate, and people are going to start writing on that. You come in like a chalkboard or a whiteboard. People are going to start making notations on there. Okay, and they're going to follow you around, and then people are going to add to that, and that will be your yours to bear and carry with you on social media. So beware. Anyway, good night. Good night. Thank you to my wonderful moderators for being here tonight. I apologize for the lateness of this evening. I will see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Be safe. Continue to wear your masks. And go write a nice letter to somebody tonight. All right. Good night, everybody. If you haven't thumbs up, please do so on the way out. And thank you very much.